Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers, getting right into it. Today we're gonna be talking about the top 10 reasons why people are flocking to Castle Rock. I like saying moving. He's a flocker, I'm a mover. Potato, tomato, tomato.
And I'm so glad he did.
Either way, Castle Rock is a big deal. Obviously, you guys know that we've lived here before. We've actually a listing coming up very soon that we're standing at right now that will be coming live very soon in Diamond Ridge, which is one of the hottest spots in Castle Rock. But moving forward, let's jump into these top 10 reasons why you guys want to take a look at Castle Rock.
Jumping right into it for you guys, the number one reason.
Not chronological.
No, but also it's a big reason. It might be number one. It's a big reason. But
so much for our watch
getting
time.
right to it. That's right. That's right. If you're still watching, thank you. But getting right to it, guys, one of the number one reasons we see people flocking to Castle Rock, Colorado is the scenic beauty that the city has to offer.
He's so good with his work. God, I'm just not a flocker. And he keeps saying it and I'm struggling with it. But all jokes aside, he is correct. So right now we're standing on Diamond Ridge. So just to give you guys a little bit of like orientation as far as where we're at in accordance to Castle Rock and the views that you guys are gonna have. You feel like you're living more in the actual mountains here in Castle Rock, but you don't have to go as far as Golden or Boulder or Evergreen to get that feel. You're 37, 34 minutes away from downtown Denver, just south, directly south on I-25, but you feel like you're living in the mountains. And a lot of these neighborhoods are built very similar to giving you the feeling if you live in the mountains, but you're in the rocks, you're in the pine trees. A lot of it like different than like a Southeast Aurora. Homes can be very similar. Southeast Aurora is elevated, a little bit more flat, and you've got a great view of the mountains. This kind of feels like you're tucked away and inside of it, which is really cool.
It's true, and a big thing that you guys are looking for when you come to Colorado, like Colorado's known for its beauty. So when you guys are coming here and you're looking for a place to call home, if you guys are looking in the mountains, what you won't find are new build communities in the mountains. You just won't.
At all.
It's already been built. They don't have big plots of land to build and develop out there. Castle Rock is the perfect blend of, man, so much beauty and landscape within the city of Castle Rock, but you can get brand new build homes and communities and clubhouses and pools and all those great things.
Which are all the things that we talk about that are so great about some of these mega communities. The clubhouses, the pools, the gyms, all the amenities you have right in your neighborhood that you don't have to go anywhere for. You're not getting that, like you say, in the mountains. Matter of fact, like if you go to places like Boulder and Boulder County, they have protected land. They're literally set up to not allow any more lots to be built at all unless it's approved, and I think they approve like 2 a year.
If that, I don't even know if
2 lots a year. It's crazy. So whatever's built there, you just have to, but that keeps a nostalgic piece of Boulder and everything that comes with Boulder. And we've done plenty of Boulder. So if you guys want to see Boulder, click the link below, you can see Boulder. However, really cool that you get everything from new build communities and master plans, yet you're in the mountains. And some of these views are arguably better than Boulder, guys, to be honest with you. This is what the locals know, but maybe when you're coming from out of state, you're not necessarily used to it. You're thinking Rocky Mountain National Park, you're thinking Boulder. Castle Rock and your view of Pikes Peak and everything else is amazing.
Now, number two, this is something that a lot of people don't know about Castle Rock when they're coming here, but this is something that after our clients move here, we hear comments from them all the time, and that is how much small town charm there is here. It really is a perfect blend of all new amenities, new shopping, outlet stores, Whole Foods, all the things you could possibly want.
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out, yep, that's huge. And then stacked on top of that, you go into downtown Castle Rock, and it is old downtown Castle Rock, and you've got all the small town charm you could possibly want.
You get the best of both worlds. On the weekends, the big shopping centers get a little bit busy, but what's nice is what I will call Old Town, downtown Castle Rock. I think it's 2 exits south on I-25, and it's on the opposite side of the highway. So if you guys want those nice breweries, mom and pop breweries, a couple different restaurants, some nice little townhomes or condos to hang out in, it's really cool, really fun, and you can have that because it's not blended and mixed in with all of your outlet malls.
It's true.
Like it's completely separate, completely different vibe from one side of the highway to the other. Even on the weekends, it's really nice. You guys have a park center there. It's like a civic center, so for concerts and things like that in the park during the weekends, they run those. Car shows for Father's Day and other events, they run the car shows. Really cool on how
Farmers Market.
Farmers Market, this guy loves.
Farmers Market.
Now, I like him too. He goes out of his way to go to
I never actually go to them, I just like the thought of them.
Eli likes the thought of wearing Birkenstocks and doing certain things, but typically we're just working.
You know, I used to have a booth at Parker's Farmers Market.
All great questions to ask each other as a partnership before you commit to a partnership, right? Moving forward, all of downtown Castle Rock, Old Town Castle Rock, participates as well. So when you got these car shows or different festivals for 4th of July, Wilcox Street, you've got the parade that goes through for the holidays, whether it's Christmas or 4th of July. Just a really cool small town feel. Plenty of parking, believe it or not. They've got a parking garage that's down there now, so a couple modern things, but hard to beat when it comes to Old Town feel with mega communities and some of the largest outlet stores on one. So all 3 amazing things that people are looking for in one spot.
That's right. All right, moving on to number 3. Not only do you get the scenic beauty, not only get the small town charm, but you get massive affordability. When you're looking at all of the amazing things that Castle Rock has to offer, and then you just slap affordability on top of that, man, it ends up being like the perfect combination for a lot of you guys. What do I mean by affordability? I mean when you're just simply looking at the bang for your buck, right? How much does a dollar get you in Castle Rock versus that same dollar in Denver versus that same dollar in Highlands Ranch? When you're looking at the views, your proximity to the wilderness and mountains and everything else that Castle Rock, size of home, quality of home and things like that, and then you compare with the average price points of Parker or a Southeast Aurora, which they're all very much on the same plane, it ends up being a great option for people.
Two places that are definitely great bang for buck that I just still can't understand why it's still that aggressive as far as like being that affordable or that bang for buck is Sloan's Lake and Castle Rock.
Yeah, Sloan's Lake, good reference.
Sloan's Lake, great spot, right by the Bronco Stadium, right by the Pepsi City. You've got everything right there. You've got the lake right there. Obviously a little bit older homes. Those are more mid-modern century, need a lot of updates, etc., etc. Great location, completely different than what a Castle Rock would look like. But bang for buck, that is a sleeper. And
totally.
as popular as Castle Rock's hitting, it's still considered, in my opinion, a sleeper as far as why it's not as popular as I think it should be.
Now, going forward, let's talk about the amount of...
Before we talk about that, we're talking about us being licensed real estate agents here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So just anything we can do to help you, we would love to. But with that being said, let's get back to what you want to talk about.
That's right. So let's talk activities and just how much there is to do in Castle Rock. Now, we'll talk to some people. They're looking for suburban areas, which are just quiet, low key, not a whole lot going on. Castle Rock can fit that mold if you wanted to, right?
Sure.
If you are looking for more activity and things to do with the family and, believe it or not, some nightlife, Castle Rock can also fit that bill for you.
You've got some great Mexican restaurants down here.
La Loma, really good place.
La Loma, great spot. You've also got downtown Castle Rock, Old Town Castle Rock with some really nice restaurants. But you've got Philip S. Miller Park. This is great for kids. This is great for obstacle course climbing. It's great for the mini incline. It's great for indoor gymnasium stuff and pools. It's great for outdoor soccer and recreation. You've got the mini incline. You've got the big incline is Manitou Springs, a little bit further south, but you've got a lot of stuff that you guys can do within 8 minutes of where you live in Castle Rock.
Oh yeah, and even going further, like from normal day-to-day activities of, hey, I would like trails in my neighborhood because I like taking the baby and the dogs out on the stroller, right, every night. You've got legit mountain biking at Daniel State Park, which technically is Castle Pines, but man, is 5 minutes from Castle Rock.
Castle Pines is Castle Rock.
Right.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Whoever wants to disagree with me, do whatever you like. I'm telling you, Castle Pines, somewhere, somehow, they sneaked in an exit.
They did.
On the west side and the east side of the highway, they call it this, and it's like, you know the cherry on top of a cake? Right? Or the cherry on top of a root beer float.
Sure, yep.
The entire root beer float is Castle Rock. You got this little cherry that throws itself on there and doesn't consider itself part of the root beer float.
Man,
it wants to be its own, but you're not. You're this. You just, long story short, Castle Pines is great. Great school districts, great homes, but you're gonna be venturing into Castle Rock for all of your shopping.
Now, going forward, let's talk, since we're talking affordability and things like that, let's talk about future growth potential. I think Castle Rock still is undervalued for everything that it has to offer.
And there's still room to grow.
Exactly.
I know we're gonna talk about that here in a bit, but there's still room to grow through southern Castle Rock.
Yes, so being that Castle Rock is on the south side of the Denver metro area, you still have room to grow, as Will said. That means there's gonna be more homes, more developments, more commercial developments. They're putting a Costco down there now, which is like the big thing. They've had a Sam's Club down here, but not a Costco, so now we get the Costco. People are loving that. But what does this mean? This means more and more people are coming to Castle Rock, and that is only going to continue to drive prices in a positive direction.
Correct. A lot of folks, no matter how much they love Castle Rock, they can't necessarily have the pleasurability of living here because proximity, they have to be closer to downtown Denver per se. They don't have certain luxuries. So no matter how popular it gets, it's not like it's overflowing. There's plenty of incorporation. An additional point that I want you guys to know is during the winter, we get full winters here. You get sometimes where the highways are going to shut down because of snow. Typically with snowstorms here in Colorado, when I-25 shuts down, it is south of Castle Rock when you're getting closer to the springs, and it's on your way up of trying to get to the springs because of the elevation change going down into the springs. So long story short here, what I'm getting at is Castle Rock highways, you're just far enough south away from Denver and it's beautiful and you get all these amenities, yet it's still on elevation enough to where like you don't have closed highways during the winter when snowstorms are getting bad. It's just south of Castle Rock where it tends to shut. So you're far enough away to enjoy all these things. sayings, yet you can still get into Denver Tech Center and the city if needed during inclement weather for sporting events or work.
Now, talking accessibility to Denver Tech Center and Denver and all of that, one of my favorite things personally about Castle Rock and why this should be an option on your list if it's not already is its proximity to I-25. So I-25, you're looking at a map
Runs
right
right
now.
through the heart of it, right?
It's our primary north-south highway. It runs right through the heart of Castle Rock, which means if you're living anywhere in Castle Rock, you're generally like 5 to maybe 10 minutes of getting on the highway. Yeah, and if you live in some place like the Meadows, which is one of our favorite neighborhoods out there, it's maybe 3 minutes to get on the highway, which means if you need to go to the airport even on a regular basis, you're jumping on I-25, you're hopping on 470, and you're at the airport in 35 minutes or so.
Yeah, 45 minutes max. Like, and what's great is because the type of terrain, and because you guys are tucked away like in the mountains here, in the rocks, you don't really see the highway. Everything is tucked away and it looks really pretty. You guys are obviously, we're looking at some drone footage we've shot for you guys. I don't know if we're talking about it today, but seasons. If you guys are out here for Christmas and how the snow falls against all the pine trees, or in the fall for all the leaf change, it's one of the most beautiful places you guys could be, where it's literally right outside of your backyard. All right, getting into our final point, we're gonna be talking about like the work hard, play hard mentality. Now, you get a lot of this in Colorado. You definitely get some in Castle Rock. And what do we mean by that? Well, you guys have plenty of restaurants that you guys can enjoy that are out here that are fun, whether it's fun Hispanic restaurants, whether it's the breweries in Old Town Castle Rock, but you've also got a lot of healthy restaurant choices, which is great because a lot of folks like to eat out and have fun on the weekends when they're splurging. That's what my mom used to call it. I'm splurging. During the week, you're trying to keep yourself a little bit more on point with some of your health, but it's nice because if you're working down here, if you're working remote and you need some healthy options, you have plenty of that. You've also got plenty of 24-hour fitnesses and rec centers to exercise and work out. You've got trails on trails on trails that you guys can enjoy. So when it comes to just the availability of indoor, outdoor fitness, activity, but still it's fun. Like if you got, like, it's hard to call hiking a workout. Yes, you're sweating. Yes, it's a workout, but it's so much fun to get outside. No different than like you guys can enjoy your weekends with great food, but you can also have healthy options. So not really sure what we're trying to say or what this point is or how to coin it, but the lifestyle and the atmospherics of Castle Rock is really cool for families, but it's also cool for proactive, healthy lifestyle. Like I turned 40 in October. I'm still young and I'm still moving around. And a lot of parents have that mentality of, now I'm not old, I'm still kicking butt. And I feel like there's a great culture of that in Castle Rock.
There is, and especially when you, like, just to emphasize or talk about like the play hard aspect a little bit, right? Like you go to downtown and like Will mentioned breweries. There are really cool, independently owned, non-chain breweries that are down there where, on a Saturday or Sunday fun day, like people will take their dogs out, they're sitting on the patios, having a brewski with the dogs, and then they're going out and they're going on a hike. It's having fun. It's as much activity as you want. Believe it or not, there is a little bit of nightlife. It's not gonna be like hopping on a Friday night like it is in Denver, but for a couple of almost 40-year-olds here that wanna go and maybe enjoy beer on the weekend and spend some time with the family and take them out on a walk, like, that's a lot of the type of people that we see coming to Castle Rock. If I had to take Colorado and bundle it up into one city, it'd be Castle Rock.
And listen, you're still 35, 37 minutes from downtown. So if you guys want to connect to 20 Mile or one of the light rail stations and take the light rail downtown and go to a basketball game or a football game, cool. If you want to drive down there, cool. Plenty accessible. But at the same time, you guys never have to go to downtown Denver or Denver Tech Center if you guys never want to. Everything you have is right here.
I'm glad you brought that up. A light rail stop in Lone Tree,
correct,
which is 10 minutes from Castle Rock on the highway. So literally, if you can go and you can park 10 minutes from where you live and go all the way downtown to the baseball game, football stadium, whatever that may be on the light rail, and coming back home, avoid all the traffic.
Correct. And before you go downtown, go to your phone, dial the number popping up below. We're reminding you we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, and just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs.
That's right.
So that number that's still up below, down below. We are the guys friends for the phone calls, text messages, and those emails, so we can help you. We would love to. So that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys very soon.
See you guys.